School beats. But yeah, man, I actually remember you. We went to middle school together.
Did we?
We went to we went somewhere together, man. Boys and Girls Club, something. I can't remember right now, but I do remember you. And I was
What
just
middle
laughing.
school?
I went to Dunbar.
Oh,
Did
how
you
old
go
are
to
you,
Dunbar?
if you don't mind me asking?
I'll be 29 this year. So I graduated from there like '08, maybe.
Oh,
'08, maybe.
eight.
Something like that. Because I graduated high school in 14. So yeah, it was like '08, '09, something like that.
Okay. Okay.
Something
I
like
think I was in there. I think I was, but
What
oh,
year did you
eight.
graduate high school?
Originally, I was 2016, but I graduated 2015.
Yeah, so you was there with me. I remember you. I remember.
Okay. So what high school?
I went to Mills and then I went to East End.
Absolutely not. Had to be.
Yeah, it was middle. It was middle school. I figured that's what it was.
Yeah.
'Cause
But
I
also,
remember the dermals. I remember the face dermals and stuff. I remember those.
I didn't have them in middle school.
I'm saying I just remember like as we got older, I just remember you having them, and I'm like, man, I
Gotcha.
remember her. And then yeah, I just remember all that. It just rings a
Got,
bell.
gotcha.
And I was rolling because I'm like, she was like, in the DM, you was like, now I'm about to get violent. I was like, let me reply, bro. I get talked bad to, man. I get so many DMs though, man. It'd be crazy.
I believe it.
Yeah, it'd be crazy. I'd be trying to get to them, man. It'd be hard. But yeah, man, I'm happy we getting a chance to talk finally. So kind of catch me up on what things have been going on and how you've been doing and kind of what you hoping to gain from us being able to chop it up today.
Yeah. Um, you know, of course, I feel like overall this is kind of like a career chat and stop.
Yeah.
Sorry, my dog. I got stuffed animals out and he trying to pick with them.
Yeah.
Let me turn this on. So career wise,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's really what I'm trying to figure out.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like kind of watching you has kind of given me an idea of like the direction that I would like to go, because I don't know, I feel like somewhere deep down I'm really passionate about kind of like motivational speaking and educating others and things like that.
Okay.
But I'm not really sure if it's kind of like a speaker route that I want to go. It's like I don't want to do like podcasting and things like that, but I
Okay.
do really enjoy like talking with people
Mm-hmm.
and kind of like with the community outreach thing. Like I don't know. I feel like I have like the most far-fetched dreams and whatever. Like one thing that I would like to kind of fulfill one day is to, I guess, help fund a homeless shelter
Mm-hmm.
in my community. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. I just feel like something that's extremely important. And I don't know. I just feel like that's something that would just satisfy my heart. I don't know. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like that is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know kind of like what to do with all of that, if that
Mm-hmm.
makes sense.
No, it make perfect sense. So basically, what I'm hearing is I got multiple things I want to do. I don't know where to start, and how do I get into being a speaker and also heavily involved in community outreach.
Pretty much.
Where do you? How do I say this? Because you can do both, right? And people look at me and they'd be like, "How do you do all of that different stuff?" I mean, part of it is, if I'm being honest, is my ADHD, and I can't do one thing. I can't do one thing too long, so I can't speak every single day. I can't be with kids 10 hours a day. I love the flexibility of, oh, I'm going to shoot a podcast today. Up, I'm going to speak today. Up, I'm going to do a basketball camp today. Like, I love that flexibility of being able to wake up every day and have something different to do. You do what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And having that range. And then people are like, but how do you make them all connect? But they do, though, because who am I speaking to? More than likely kids. Right? Who am I mentoring? More than likely the kids. Who am I more than likely serving in the community? More than likely the kids. Or you get the kids to help you do some of these other things, so everything feeds the next that I do. And so I think the
Okay.
biggest thing is most people is like, I want to do all of these things, but I'm afraid because I'm not sure how they connect. I'm not sure how to make it make sense. with it as a brand. You know what I'm saying? And I think I am, and a lot of other brands out there are living proof that you can do multiple things that seem like they wouldn't have anything in common and make it make sense to the world if you know how to present it. That makes sense?
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So so when you say you want to speak, let's unpack that part first. You said you don't want to do the podcasting piece. You don't care to
Not
do that.
really.
Okay. So you want to speak to what audience are you really trying to attract?
Um, it's in, it's a varying kind of audience as well.
Mhm.
Just because of course, like right now I work with 4-year-olds and they're the wildest of dreams.
Mhm.
I want to voice a cartoon character one day.
Mhm.
I think that would be really exciting, even
Mhm.
though I have absolutely no idea on how to be. Well, of course I've looked into it, but I feel like with everything I have going on right now, it feels like it's a lot to kind of like try to start something else. And so
Yeah.
I haven't just did a full deep dive or committed into like trying to get started with doing like some voice acting and things like that.
Yeah.
Um and so like of course it's like that. And there's also like another aspect where I wouldn't mind doing like some voiceovers, like commercials, advertisings, things like that.
Mhm.
But I guess just with the entire aspect of like educating others, I guess I don't really know how to kind of like get that part started, because of course like if there's advertisement voiceovers, I'm not really educating. I mean, of course I might be trying to persuade you if that's what's needed for an advertisement,
Right.
but I feel like with educating others, I don't okay, take that back. I don't want to say it's educating others. I feel like it's just really being able to communicate with others to get a job done. Like
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
So,
that's essentially what public speaking is in a way. I mean, they're bringing you in to accomplish a goal, right?
right.
They're bringing you in to motivate these people or to teach these people something or to push these people to do something or to feel a way. So by the time they leave, this certain goal is hopefully accomplished, whether it's motivating them, teaching them, lighting a fire under them, whatever the case may be. I mean, so that's essentially what you're doing.
And I guess that's the confusing part for me, because I feel like, yes, I can be a very passionate speaker,
Right.
but I feel like I'm most passionate about things that are like close to me.
Right. As you should be.
And not everyone is going to pay for that. Like no one wants to hear my story. Like no one cares. And so it's like, okay, so what am I going to be out here trying to motivate people about if it's
Mhm.
not me trying to be passionate about like my own story? And it's like, so it's like, where is that going to stem from?
Well, I disagree though. I think you'll be surprised how many people do care about your story. It's just a matter of, are you willing to tell it over and 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 over again? Because that's what it takes. It takes it takes so many times of you having to tell your story every single chance you get. Because every time you turn around, somebody's new is coming to follow you and to learn about you and to see you. And so you're gonna have to get so comfortable with continuously telling that story. Even if you say you go viral and blow up and build a crazy following, you're still going to have to continue to tell that story because there's going to be somebody new that doesn't know that story. So that's part of the
Right.
problem. And then figuring out, okay, based on what I'm passionate about and what I love and what my story is, how do I monetize those things? Because if you want me to be honest with you, if you think about everything that I do, it's all a part of my story. Why do I help the kids? Because I didn't have a mentor growing up. I didn't have people around me that taught me those valuable life lessons that you need outside of what your parents can teach you. Your parents can only give you so much. And then when I finally got those mentors, I realized how important they were. So I'm like, you know what? I got to do the same thing. Right.
Right.
I was homeless for a while when I was a teenager. So that's why I'm so big about the community work in general, especially working with the less fortunate ones, is because I was in the same predicament at one point.
Mhm.
Well, I love to write. So I made a writing avenue a part of the brand where now I write a lot of my own content and I produce a lot of my own content. And the writing piece came from being in that homeless situation, writing all my feelings down, writing all the things I was going through that turned into viral content that you see now today. So everything I love to do, I just took it and I just put it into the world and made it a product or a service or made it something that I wanted to give back to the world. And now it's giving back to me. And so half of the problem why so many people I feel like struggle when it comes to brands and businesses and things of that nature is because they know what they love, but they make it either so slim and unique to where it serves nobody, or they have a great idea, but they don't know how to monetize it.
Yeah.
Don't know how to give it back to the world in a way that the people can use it. And so some of the things you're passionate about, obviously, like you said, your voice, you have a very unique voice. You love the kids. What are some of the other things?
Okay, so I just feel like it's necessary for me to kind of throw it in there. Of course, I'm in school,
Mm-hmm.
mass communication with a focus in public relations. And,
Mm-hmm.
and this is just me being honest.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I absolutely love the mass communication aspect because I feel like regardless of kind of like where my career path kind of takes me, I feel like that's deeply rooted in like the center of it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like I kind of let people talk me into like the public relation focus because
Mm-hmm.
of course, everyone says that I could be like the spokesperson
Mm-hmm.
for like a brand and trying to kind of like keep the good relationships there. And don't get me wrong, I do believe that I could kind of like fulfill that, but that's not kind of like what I believe would satisfy me.
Right.
And so it's like I me working for a company, stuff like that, I could see myself doing that as well, but that wouldn't necessarily like make me happy.
Right.
But just because I do feel like my true passion is more of the creative side.
Right.
And I feel like outside of like me trying to kind of communicate with people, talk with people, and kind of like, I guess just overs and things like that, I kind of feel kind of lost with kind of how to guide everything or what to do with that.
And to be honest with you, if I had that same type of talent that you have in that regard, I wouldn't wait on anybody to see the talent that I have. I would just start showing them the talent that I have. So what I mean by that is, if you see a lot of these different type of reaction videos that people do where they're watching something and then they react to it or whatever the case may be, if I was you, I would take those same type of videos where maybe there was original voiceover that somebody did, right? I would mute the original video and I would show myself and my voice doing the new voiceover for that particular piece of content and just put it out. So that's just a great example of how you don't have to wait on anybody to start seeing you to hire you. They're going to hire you by you showing them the talent that you have. If I could just show you how many videos I've done where nobody saw them, nobody loved them, nobody cared about them, right? Until I kept on doing them and getting much, much better at them. And then the right person saw it. And then next thing you know, it blew up. Now, did that mean that my life changed the moment that it blew up? It didn't, right? No, it didn't. It still took a it still take time now, if I'm being honest with you, right? For the right people to see it. But I haven't stopped. And I keep evolving my content every chance I get. And so I think the same thing's going to have to happen for you. It's going to have to get to the point where you like, you know what? If this is what I want to do when it comes to voiceovers and commercials, start creating your own. Start waiting on people to see it.
And I think that's kind of like another, like a little dilemma. I'm not shy.
Mm-hmm. But
I don't know. It's
you're in your head about it, man. You're in your head. You're in your head. At some point, you're gonna have to say, "Yeah, I am shy. I am still a very introverted person." And you can be all of those things because I am too. I am too. You have no idea I am that, but I'm a very introverted person. When I'm done doing my work for the day, I don't want to talk. Don't call me. Text me. I'm always been the type of person. Don't call me. Text me. Dude, I've always been the type of person. But I'm not gonna lie. When it's time for the lights to be the brightest, I turn it on. And so you might have to get to a place where you're saying, that's not something I care to do all the time, but just start out being realistic with yourself. Maybe one time a week, make those commercials, right? So ease yourself into it because you might get anxiety trying to do it 5 times a week. It might become a burden to you trying to do it every day like I do it. But just start out saying, you know what, let me just try to do this one time a week, right? Ease yourself into it to train yourself to get comfortable being on the camera. And if you're completely uncomfortable, right, being on camera right now, then maybe just only use your voice and just use animation, right, to just let them hear your voice, but you don't have to put yourself out there on the camera right now. Does that make sense?
okay.
So then
It
that
does.
means you're gonna have to learn more about the AI side of things because AI is gonna have to be your best friend now, right? Because the AI can make the simple commercial for you, and then you could just put your voice over the top of it. Or you could just take the commercial like we were talking about, mute the original, or just find the dope B-roll and just put your voice over the top of it. And you just do straight voice if you're not comfortable putting your face out there right now. But we have to start curating the content in order for people to understand your story and start to see what you love, because you know what you love, but the world doesn't know. And if you never tell them, how's anybody ever going to find out about you? Does that make sense?
Got anxiety.
Me too. Me too. I promise I'm the same way. I'm not going to lie to you. It took me a really long time. But that's why I said, if you don't want to put your face out there right now, just use your voice until you build up
So,
enough, courage, I guess, to put your face out there too.
how do you kind of get over hearing your own voice?
I cringe when people play my videos in front of me. Like, bro, don't do that. Don't do that. That's gonna make me. Don't do that, right? To be honest with you, once I create it and I make sure it was good, I don't play it again. Very rare do I go back and play it again. Yeah, I go back to make sure it was good and I didn't mess up or anything, or my face doesn't look weird or whatever. But once I get past that, I don't watch my stuff over and over again. And so it sounds like you're gonna have to continue to improve on that journey of, I can tell you love yourself because you're a free spirited, self-creative type of person. But now you're gonna have to start to love yourself in the creative way. You're gonna have to start to love that version of you because she's amazing. But you keep getting your own way because you're afraid people won't accept it. Maybe you're afraid that people won't see the creativity you see. Maybe you're afraid of people will make fun of it. And I'm gonna be honest with you, they might, but you still got to do it anyway.
I feel like I've had enough time to kind of sit and think about it. I really feel like the main thing of course, it's me, that's talking me out of it, is just the idea that it's too far-fetched.
No, it's not.
And of
Fuck
course,
no.
living here in Arkansas, I feel like just having these big, I was going to say big ass dreams, but having these big dreams and goals,
You can cuss ahead. I don't care.
it just seems like it's like, what are the chances? Or of course, it feels like I have to move out of Arkansas to be able to accomplish, or at least be able to travel out of Arkansas to accomplish these dreams.
Now,
And
granted, you might have to leave, do some traveling to network and do some things. That's granted. I'm always going, right? But I'm from the same city you from, right? We both from the same place, and you right here talking to me, to a person that has a decent following, that does a lot of the things that I thought were crazy to do, that have accomplished a lot of the things I thought I would never be able to. You talking to me, right? And it's people that's bigger than me, that's from the same place we from. They thought the same exact thing. You know what's so crazy? I talked to so many different people, and by the end of the call, a lot of them be knowing what to do. They just need somebody to get in their ass and hold them accountable. And it sounds like you might be one of those people where you need to start creating. You need to start putting your voice out there. You need to start showing them what you got. But you just need somebody to say, stop being a pussy, stop being scary, and start doing it, and stop procrastinating it. That's half of the battle right there, for real. I swear. I get on the phone and I be thinking they really be like dumbfounded and have no idea of what to do. They be knowing. They just be in their own fucking way. You know what I'm saying? You be knowing, you know what to do. It is. I couldn't agree more. But you know what to do. So when you talk about how to tie it all together, it's time. The crazy thing is, the brand doesn't have to be this neat, aesthetic pleasing thing. If you go look at my page and look at a lot of the content, one day you might see me with some kids. Next day you might see me speaking. The next day you might see the podcast. The next day you might see me traveling and showing you my fit. The next day you might see some content where I'm just writing some quotes. The next day you might see me eating some good ass food. Like, I'm gonna show you all of me, because I don't care to fit an aesthetic. I don't care to be neat. I care to show the real, authentic me. And I think that's what you have to get into. Show them I feel like you're an anime lover. Are you?
A little bit.
Show them your anime love. Show them your love for your stuffed animals. Show them your love for your pets. I'm so serious. Show them the voiceovers. Show them, right, the walks.
I'm a teacher. I get lots of these.
Absolutely. Show them the engagement with the babies, right? Like, show them all of these things, because you'll be surprised how many people will say, man, that's so dope what you do. But a lot of times we hold on to it. right? We got the content. We got the content on our phone already, but we just don't post it. We got the ideas already. We just don't execute them. And so I think that's your battle right now. I heard the speaking part. So we kind of address that. You need to immediately set a day up this week where you're going to test yourself to do a voiceover. You're going to test yourself to do a reaction video to something to show them the range of how talented you are. It might suck the first time. It might. I'm going to be honest. It might suck the 100th time. It might. But do it anyway. All right. And then the other piece you talked about was the community work. I think the biggest piece with that, what kind of community work are we talking? What kind of some things you're interested in doing? Like more with the homeless, more with the youth, with the young ladies? What are we thinking?
I guess kind of like a combination of a lot of different things. I don't want to say everything because I know there's some things that I probably will not want to commit to. So I'm not going to say everything.
For sure.
But of course, like anything dealing with the kids, love. Just anything dealing with the community, like community events, setups, and things like that. I've done like some volunteering at the food bank. I try to do that as often as I can, just to kind of do something. And so just really just anything that's kind of needed, kind of just that help.
I think in that regard, like you're already in my community, right? And I'm not as active in there yet as I want to be. Like right now, it's more of a like if you got something going, kind of update us. If you want something, need people to be there, update us. If I got something going, I'll update y'all. I'll give y'all first dibs on pretty much anything I do. But eventually I'm going to start putting like even these interviews, I'm going to start putting those in there for people to see, to get help with stuff. Like I'm going to start putting all of these resources in there. So that's a great start, a place like that where you can just stay connected to other people that do similar things, getting connected to many of those type of people as you can. But I think the biggest thing is when you go to these food banks, when you go to these community events, you got to start documenting your life in those places to show people of you in those spaces. Because the more people, the thing about it is, the more people see you in a certain space, the more they think of you. I kind of think about it like I call it I kind of call it like a Facebook test is what I call it. Think about it. When you go on Facebook, 9 times out of 10, you're going to scroll and eventually somebody's going to say, I'm in search of a writer. I'm in search of a hairstylist. I'm in search of a braider. I'm in search of a summer camp for my kid. Like people go in there to look for things and they want people to tag who does whatever that they're looking for. When somebody says I need volunteers or I need somebody that loves community work, you want to continue to show them that you do that work so much and that you love it so much that you're one of the first people they think of. When people say something about loving kids and community work, I'm always going to be one of the first people that's tagged because I've shown them me in that element for the last 10 years. So now you have to start showing you in those elements as much as possible. Now it's going to feel weird because you're like, I'm here to do the work. I don't want to record myself and only show you this because I want to, be on camera. Because I do get us a lot of times a lot of weird motherfuckers that just want to record themselves doing good deeds to just show the world, right? The good deed. But I also think you have to think about it like I'm documenting my life. I'm showing the growth. I'm showing how this year we only helped 50 people, but this year we helped 500 people, right? If you think about it in that way, it's a little bit different. And the less you think about the camera is even being there, and you just let somebody, one of your homegirls, your sister, whoever, come with you and just kind of record it, and you don't even forget the camera. You just do you, and you just let them do them. They just have the camera on. You will be surprised how many organic, amazing moments you get on camera that can really, 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 really help somebody. And the more you go help other people, and the more you build a name for yourself, then the more you can get to the point where now you're starting to lead your own events. Now you got your own sponsors. Now you got your own people that's donating to you for stuff you're doing. But it never happens if you never show them your resume, pretty much. If you never give them any reason to think of your name in that space. And they'll never think of your name in that space if you never show them. Yeah. You can't assume people know about you. You got to show people to know about you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that was literally my recipe, is just showing them every single day so they couldn't help but think of me.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
Yeah. Unfortunately, no, I'm kidding.
No, for sure. The truth hurts sometimes. The truth hurts.
Right.
Truth hurts, for sure. But yeah, that's really half the battle. That's really half the battle, is just showing up and showing the work.
Gotcha. Uh, I'll have to start getting on to myself more about that then.
You do, and I think what kind of helps me too is when I kind of list a lot of those passions that I have. Um, and so when I get up every day to make the content or to post the content, I kind of have a list of different types of content that I like to post, so that way I don't have to try to remember, and I can kind of give them a diversity of content. So one post might be of me with the kids, the next post might be me speaking, the next post might be my podcast clip, the next post might be um just some funny clip of me at a restaurant, eating some good food, promoting a black-owned business that I went to and I enjoyed. So that's four different ranges of me, and
Yeah.
you getting four different versions of me showing you different avenues of who I am. The next one might be me giving out a blanket to a homeless man.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Or having a conversation with a young lady I met on the street that's struggling with a substance abuse. Like, I'm showing you the range of who I am. And so you might have to go down and say, what are the different types of content that I can create? So into podcasting is not for you. Cool. So I'm going to show them my voiceovers. I'm going to show them me serving the community. I'm going to show them me with the babies. I'm going to show them me. I'm going to show them me giving something back to a homeless man. I'm going to show them me working with this young lady that's a mentee of mine that reminds me so much of myself. Right? That's five different types of things you can create for every day when you wake up. Okay, from these 5 or 6 choices I have that I can create from every day, which one do I want to show them today?
Mhm.
Which ones do I want to show them today?
Mm.
And it's going to
You
help
know,
you like not have to overthink about what to post.
gotcha.
Does that
I'll
make
have
sense?
to sit and just jot all of
Just
that
jot.
down.
Just jot. I call them content types, is what I call them, or pillars, right? Because
Gotcha.
so now you got, so in your world it would be voice acting, community outreach, youth mentorship. Um, Heck, even if you want to start showing them some of the PR world that you're in, right? If you want to show them a little bit of that, show them a little bit of that world, show them the college life, right? Show them you. Do you have any kids?
I don't.
Okay, so showing them the. Are you single too?
Yeah,
So showing them the single life of a. How old are you? 27.
27.
Right. So showing them the single life of a 27-year-old that's juggling her career in college, but also having this passion for being a creator full time. Show them that world. So now you have 5 different pillars to pull from. So
And
when you want to go ahead.
sorry.
No, you good. Go ahead.
I was kind of thinking about that, like with the voiceover, like
Yeah.
at least starting with like making content because I'm just so cringe about making content. But I was going to start making it whenever I was really going to start getting into voice acting. Just because of course they have like voice acting websites, voiceover websites where you can go on there just record, or you can go on there and volunteer, do like free work and whatever else. And so I actually wanted to just start getting on some of those websites and just doing some free work just to kind of get some practice. Even if I actually do get a job, I might not get paid for it, but at least I'm just kind of getting myself out there. And so that's kind of where I wanted to start making content, was to kind of
Mhm.
take everybody along that journey with me as I'm trying to be a
That'll
voiceover
be that'll
actor.
be that'll be perfect for you. And even if it's a free job, have that camera on recording it.
Yeah.
Right? Because even though me and you doing this right here right now, I got my other phone right here in the back recording. I
Mhm.
record everything now. And actually, if I'm being transparent with you, my nephew, who is younger than me, so he's kind of in that next generation. I'm a millennial. He's a Gen X.
Mhm.
He got me in the habit of recording everything I do. He said, Unc, you do a lot of cool things that you never capture. Because I thought more, it was more of a sit down, get my lights, get my mic, record in this one setting. He said, just have the camera going everywhere you go. Have it on every call you do. Have it every time, behind the scenes when you're coaching. Have it behind the scenes when you're at the free camps. And you'll be surprised how much cool shit I catch on camera, just having the camera on. Now, granted, it's very annoying. And some days I just don't feel like doing it, and I don't always. Like when we was in Dallas, for nationals this past weekend, I didn't
Mhm.
record every waking moment. I wanted to kind of be in the moment sometimes.
Mhm.
That's a true thing, right? So I don't expect you to record everything, but when you know you got cool shit coming up or something really dope coming up or it's a cool day coming up at work or whatever, man, record it because you'll never know what type of cool stuff you can gather from it. So you got to get in the mindset of understanding everything I do is content.
And I think that there is another hard thing because I'm a 97 baby. And
Yeah.
so I feel like I was raised like right kind of like in that phase of technology starting to advance. And so of course I'm not one of those older people that are just like against newer technology or anything, but it's I don't know, it's kind of weird to kind of introduce all of that into my life whenever it's
Mm-hmm.
just like,
It's like, yeah,
I don't know,
absolutely.
we didn't grow up with all of that.
Absolutely. I'm a 96 baby. So I'm even, you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, record everything. You doing too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not
Right.
doing all that. But I'll be honest, man. I capture a lot of cool shit that way. And it makes my life easier because like this episode this right here can be an episode. I can put this on YouTube. Me and you talking. Just like this. I can put our conversation on YouTube, and that's a YouTube channel. I mean, that's a YouTube video. And then I can have my team go back and cut some of the valuable things that have been said in this conversation. And now I got 10 reels from it. Just from recording.
Yeah.
And so it makes your life easier as a creator because you don't have to sit down and always like try to create from scratch. Your life is the content, and now you've got the content without having to like sit down and plan it all the time.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, and go out of your way to actually fulfill it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like think about if you recorded okay, say you had something coming up really dope at work with the babies, right? And you just recorded that cool day versus having to come on after you've been at work all day and now say, oh, now I got to try to think of some content to create after I've been working all day. That's tiring. But you
Yeah.
already got the content in your phone because you kind of pretty much had the camera rolling throughout your day. You got 2 or 3 hours worth of stuff you can look through now and just edit it like that.
And that would be the downfall of working for the district. They don't play with
That's
like
true
cell
too.
phones like
That's
that.
true too.
So that would
Especially
kind of
now,
be.
I think Huck could be just locked down on that.
So yeah,
Yeah,
that would
that's
be.
true too. So then again, I have to go back to more like your community work,
Yeah.
or just outside of that. Like if you're dealing with the kids outside of work, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're hanging out with them or whatever, then that'd be your opportunity too. But like,
Yeah.
just getting that mindset though is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
And stop worrying about does it make sense to the world because it doesn't have to. You just showing them what you're passionate about and what you love, and that itself is going to make sense to them because they're seeing the parts of you that they never knew, and that's what people need to see because you are the brand. You don't
Right.
have a brand these days without a personal brand. You have to
Yeah.
have a personal brand because it's AI and all these things going on. People have to feel the trust and the connection.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, I think that's where I would start if I was you. I would start creating that content immediately. I would get in the mindset of having the camera rolling every chance I get. And I would stop worrying about does it make sense to the world, all of the different things I'm doing, and just start doing it. Don't worry about the aesthetic. Don't worry about it being aesthetically pleasing. Just put the content out and get over that fear and that anxiety and what you have. And if you don't want to put yourself out there right now and put your face out there, then just use your voice and use B-roll and use AI, content until you feel more comfortable putting your face out there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Those would be my biggest 3 takeaways if I was you. If I was starting right now and I was in your position, those are the 3 things that I would be doing immediately.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And I would, in the more relevant the content is that you're doing the voiceovers and the things on, the better. So if you know it's certain things going on in the world that people are talking about continuously, how do I take that content that people keep on reposting and keep talking about and make it my own? How do I capitalize on that? If you're trying to build a following, how do I do that? Because it's clearly the world cares about it. So how do I take that and put my spin on it?
Gotcha.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that's what
Okay.
that's what I would be doing.
Okay. Now my mind is just
It's gonna
going.
be, and that's why I recorded it so you go back and listen to it.
So, okay. So one thing that I do want to, I guess, kind of promise myself, hold myself to is by next summer, I
Mm-hmm.
want to already be like in the habit of creating voiceovers and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not too much to ask,
Mm-hmm.
what would be like the perfect base model setup for like recordings?
We
voice
talk about like
recordings.
equipment wise.
Yeah.
I mean, now if you're talking about the brands, I mean
Okay.
that can get some range into it because now you're talking about like the pricing and what you need. But I can see you some different stuff that you could use, to kind of drown out that background noise and to kind of crispy it up. I can see you some cool stuff that you can use. There's some stuff on the lower end and then some higher end stuff if you want to work your way up to that type of stuff. So yeah, that's nothing.
Okay.
I can send you that type of. That's nothing. I can do that. How do you think I can help you long term, if anything? How do you think I can help you? Do you know
how you could help me long term?
Because in my mind, what I'm seeing is number one, simply holding you accountable, checking in with you to making sure you're doing it, hitting your check marks, right? If we say we're gonna do a video a week, making sure you're doing that, right? Giving you
Okay.
critique on the content you're doing, um, helping you with the content ideas in which that you're creating, making sure that we give them the best chance to do well. You know what I'm saying? Making sure that you're involved with any community outreach projects that I'm doing, so you can continuously to get your name and your face out there, right? And maybe we even do a couple collaborative posts where I kind of help tell your story a little bit myself, right? Where it's just like me, I met this amazing woman, Stacia. We actually went to school together. She has this love for community. So I'm just so happy that we were able to connect and reconnect, right? Those type of things, because I think, to be honest with you, it's hard to do a lot of those things alone. Sometimes it's better when we collaborate together.
Yeah.
Right. And have other people help tell our stories too.
Stop.
So those are the kind of things I'm thinking about, is like how I can help is helping you come up with the content ideas, holding you accountable, collaborating on some cool community things that we got coming up, and just helping you kind of navigate this creative world to make sure that you putting the content out that can resonate with the people. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. And also possibly give me like some lessons. I don't know, just getting comfortable with just putting myself out there. I don't know. I'm just so used to keeping myself in my own little bubble. And just the thought of other people hearing my voice. And it's so crazy because it's, of course, like I have that fear of people just hearing my voice and putting myself out there, even though that's exactly what I have to do. Like that is what it consists of. Like my dream is for literally people to hear my voice. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
So,
but easier said than done, especially if you've never done it before.
Right.
Easier said than done. It's very scary, man. And I remember the pushback I used to get when I first started doing it, man. Motherfuckers used to laugh at me and all type of shit. So it's a very scary thing, especially growing up in a place like Little Rock, where you're around a lot of small-minded people. You're around a lot of people that have never tried anything different, and they've always done things one way. It's hard for them to see people doing new and different things that they were never accustomed to. And so you're gonna have to figure out how to get past all of that prejudgment and motherfuckers not understanding, and motherfuckers not seeing the vision, and motherfuckers not just understanding you, and be okay with that, so you can get to the flock of people that do understand and do see the vision and do understand what you're trying to accomplish. And those are the people that are for you. And you got to just remember that. I know, easier said than done, for sure. Easier said than done, for sure. But it's possible, and you're gonna be fine.
Little Rock sometimes is just a energy drainer.
It sure is. It sure is, my friend. It sure is. It sure is. But we can do it together though. Now, yeah, man. What other question do you have for me, if any?
Let me think. Am I gonna have to get violent to actually get answers out of you? Like, is that's a legitimate question?
We'll set it up. We'll set it up to where like we'll meet like once a month. We'll meet like once a month to talk and catch up and get our ideas rolling and kind of give you a plan for each month. And then I'll do like occasional check-ins once a week or so to just make sure you're doing your part. And then if it's like something you need, like I said, questions, or if it's like an immediate question, like I need help today, then you just hit me. Or if it's like I can say these questions for when we meet, then you just have your questions ready. So when we meet, we can knock it all out.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, but I think this is a great starting point, and so now you got to just put some action to the plan. And so I'll kind of send you like a recap of everything we discussed and send you just recorded, and you just go from there.
Gotcha. And also send me, I guess, any of your equipment recommendations that I can start checking into.
I will. I'll send you some cool stuff
Perfect.
you can get that'll get you started.
Gotcha. Well, I appreciate you for finally making some time to talk with me.
What's up? I got you. You won't be the last though.
Mm-hmm. You have a great day. I appreciate you.
You too. I'll see you later, okay?
All right, bye.
All right, bye-bye.